with just $257 between them, these two laptops hide surprises that could flip your expectations about which one truly stands out. You're choosing between a Qualcomm chip in the EliteBook and an Intel Core Ultra 5 325 in the XPS, with the EliteBook offering 12 cores versus 8 in the XPS and a 3.4 GHz base frequency compared to 2.1 GHz, though these numbers aren't directly comparable across architectures, and the EliteBook uses a 4-nanometer process while the XPS is on 2 nanometers. In real-world tasks like multitasking or editing, the EliteBook pulls ahead thanks to stronger benchmark results, so you'll notice smoother performance under load. That means your day feels less interrupted when juggling demanding apps or heavy browser tabs. EliteBook scores 2256 in Geekbench 6 single-core, while XPS gets 2463, but that 8% gap is not much in practice. Geekbench 6 multi-core is where EliteBook pulls ahead, with 13,239 versus 9084, so demanding tasks finish faster. Cinebench 2024 single is 102 versus 109, another near tie, but EliteBook's 870 to 593 multi-core means smoother multitasking. Adreno X1-85 and Intel Xe 3 are both integrated GPUs, but they use different architectures and drivers. On paper, the EliteBook lists 3.8 teraflops while the XPS shows 2.5 teraflops, but these numbers aren't directly comparable. Your experience in gaming or creative apps will depend more on software optimization than on these raw specs. Both displays are 14 inches and use IPS LCD panels, so size and viewing angles are a near tie. The EliteBook's 2240 by 1400 resolution gives you sharper text and more workspace than the XPS's 1920 by 1200. You do get a 120 Hz refresh rate on the XPS, but the EliteBook's higher resolution is what changes your daily experience most. EliteBook gives you 300 nits brightness, while XPS reaches 500 nits, so outdoor visibility is much better on XPS. EliteBook is a touchscreen, XPS is not, but neither supports HDR, so content looks similar in dynamic range. EliteBook uses a glossy screen and XPS uses matte, which means XPS will reflect less glare in bright rooms. EliteBook packs 189 pixels per inch versus XPS's 162 pixels per inch, so text and images look sharper on EliteBook throughout your day. A 70 watt-hour battery in the XPS, compared to 59 watt-hours, means more unplugged hours for you. It also charges faster at 100 watts versus 65 watts, so you spend less time tethered to an outlet. Both use USB-C, and that's on top of the brightness win a moment ago. Both EliteBook and XPS ship with 16 GB of LPDDR5X RAM as standard at this price, and neither is upgradable after purchase. You get 512 GB of storage as standard, with both the EliteBook and XPS shipping at this price. Both use SSD, M.2 drives, support NVMe, and let you upgrade storage after purchase if you need more. There is no practical difference between them for how much you can keep locally or expand later. EliteBook is 1.34 kilograms and XPS is 1.36 kilograms, a difference too small to notice daily. Thickness is 14.4 millimeters for EliteBook and 14.62 millimeters for XPS, again a near tie in practice. Both use aluminum builds, so the daily carry feel should be very similar regardless of which you choose. Wi-Fi 7 is matched on both, while Bluetooth 5.4 on the EliteBook and 6.0 on the XPS are unlikely to feel different day to day. The XPS gives you 3 USB 4.0 ports instead of 2, so you can leave more devices plugged in at once. Thunderbolt 4 support on the XPS means you can connect high-speed drives or displays without adapters, which really changes your setup options. Both keep the audio jack, and with the design category tied, XPS makes plugging in simpler for most people. Both EliteBook and XPS offer a backlit, island keyboard, but EliteBook gives you 1.2 mm key travel versus 0.8 mm. Neither model includes a numpad, and both feature a 1440p QHD webcam for clear video calls. XPS adds a fingerprint reader, while EliteBook skips it, so you trade quick logins for typing comfort. If you type for hours, the EliteBook's deeper key travel should feel more satisfying and less fatiguing day to day. Choosing XPS means you get 4 CPU options instead of 1, plus RAM up to 64 gigabytes and storage up to 4 terabytes. That extra flexibility means you can tailor the XPS to fit your workload or future needs more closely than the EliteBook. The EliteBook costs $1,392, and the XPS is $1,649, a $257 gap between them. That extra money gets you the XPS's much better battery, but the EliteBook actually won more categories overall. The EliteBook comes in white or silver, the XPS in gray. For full pricing details, check the description below. EliteBook is for professionals who demand top-tier performance, sharper 2240 by 1400 resolution, and a comfortable keyboard for long work sessions. If you need maximum battery life or want more flexibility in CPU, RAM, or storage configurations, look elsewhere. The one reason to hesitate: you give up a larger 70 watt-hour battery for a 59 watt-hour one. XPS is for travelers and remote workers who need the longest battery life, broad connectivity, and the flexibility to choose from 4 CPU, 3 RAM, and 4 storage options. If you want the best performance, a sharper 2240 by 1400 resolution, or a lower price, look elsewhere. You pay $257 more and give up a higher resolution screen. Which would you pick, the EliteBook or the XPS, and why? Drop a comment, like the video, and subscribe to Computer Matrix for more honest laptop comparisons.